spending my money and time on video games so you don't have to. I'm too stupid to know how to do anything else. So here's my phone propped up against a TV, because that's my preferred gaming method as of right now and what I'm going to be using. Okay, no one cares. Deer Simulator. My record time is approximately 15 minutes. So, can I beat that? Let's see. And then whenever I finish the game again, I'll give another rating and we'll see what I think of it, and then we'll move on to our next game. And here we are. So, start. Oh, wait, actually, I should have deleted my data first. Hold up, I'll be right back. Let me try to be a better YouTuber. So, I've beaten the game and have all my things saved, so we're gonna delete my data and English. I do not speak any other languages. And so here's all our stuff. Achievements, that's gonna be finished after we beat the game normally. I will plan on doing some of them, but some of them just aren't entertaining enough, so I think I'll skip a few. And also, I don't want you to know all the achievements before playing the game. That just kind of spoils the fun. You gotta figure them out on your own. If you want to learn them, go Google it or something. Anyway, starting. Right, what you do, you make character, you can change them. I'm gonna give mine glasses, manly beard, and this shirt, and he doesn't get any pants. Right, here's the animation if you want to see it. I can skip it in the bottom right corner, but I'm gonna show you guys it before anything. Saves a deer, gets hit by a truck. Bam. We will now be gifted the option to be reborn. If we press no, then it just sends us back to the title screen and we have to redo all that. You don't really care to see that probably, and also that would ruin the whole point of this speed running, so we're gonna say yes, we do. And you can, if you really are that curious, you can find it out on your own time when you're playing this game, if you decide to play it. Right, achievement unlocked. Get hit by a truck. Now, as you can see, tutorial in the bottom right, you just do your stuff, attack, stretch neck, blah blah blah. Come on, dude. And now I am a deer. Now, what I'd recommend doing is going right here. This is where we spawn. I recommend running, either running over here, skipping that. You can see it on your own time again. And then running over here, getting that. But if you don't want to do that, you can also jump over this wall, get stuff, and all of a sudden we have 3 guns and we haven't even killed anything yet. The idea of the game is you walk up to stuff, shoot it, in my case, bam bam. Oh, what the? Oh, we got a gun. Oh, we got a sword. I'm a samurai. Actually, that might be a tad bit racist. I don't want to say that. Blah, blah, blah. Grenades. Now, I'm pretty sure this is all except one thing that I'm missing right now. Meaning now, I'm going to go destroy that tower, as if you can see, there's a gun on top of there, which will be our final gun. And then once I get that gun, I will have gotten every single gun in the first world, right? And yeah, I may be saying first world, and now you may think, oh, this must be a long game. No, it's not. It's really not. The world record time is like a little less than 5 minutes, so no, it's really not a long right? What you're gonna want to do, murder stuff and destroy stuff. Bam, bam. And the more things you murder and destroy, the higher your Dear's Aster level in the top right is going to get, right? Whenever this reaches the top, you're going to get a new letter, which means new things will be sent after you. You start with Dear's Aster level D, I believe, and slowly rank up. And then every time you get a new Dear's Aster level, then there's going to be more stuff coming at you. As you can see, I've got a ton of sheep coming at me. That's from the first one. And then some polar bears. This is the second Dear's Aster level. Oh, and there's the bunnies. And then there's also bunnies. If you notice, they actually have the same gun as I have on my head. You see, the reason is you're supposed to technically get this gun from them, but I don't really care. I just get it from that tower every time anyway, so no one really cares. Right? If you dash through things, you can kill them, but I mean, honestly, it's a lot easier just to kill them normally. And yeah, now you will see me killing these people. Or, well, I guess none of them are people, but doesn't matter. Polar bears and bunnies. What's the difference between a polar bear, a bunny, and a human? Nobody knows. Oh my gosh, my neck. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna need to take a break. My neck's hurting. Turns out I shouldn't have sat the way I was sitting. That severely injured my neck, but I am returned. Yeah, well, actually, I have no idea how badly it long-term injured my neck, but it definitely hurts now, so that's annoying. I'm gonna have to deal with that the rest of this. Anyway, again, destroy stuff, destroy. That's basically the entire game. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Now, once you're at Dear's Aster level A, you may notice there's a palace over there that says Dear's Aster level A. Now, I'm not sure if any of you know the achievements, but right now there's something in my sight that I could potentially get an achievement from. But I'll do that later. Dog, what do you want to do with this guy? What I recommend is shooting at his arms, and then once you're done shooting at his arms, shooting at his little feet, because his little feet get damaged. Now, this will make it easier to shoot at his arms, but although you're supposed to, whenever he throws his polar bear fist at you, right, you should see it in just a sec. Yep, there we go. You're supposed to climb up it and hit it, which is what I'll do here, but I've found it's a lot easier to just... Oh, no. Okay, well, close enough. What I've found is whenever you've flipped it over... Let me just... Oh, I've gotten down on the floor. Once you flipped it over... Oh no, he's getting back up again. Stop getting back up. You knock him down, and then you jump up. Oh my gosh, am I really this bad at this game? You jump... You knock him down. You jump up. You jump up. You hit that. And all of a sudden, he's just a regular dog. Now you just gotta shoot him and run for your life. That's all you can do. That's all you will do. Alright, now, all of a sudden, magically, I beat him. Now, what am I supposed to do now? A lot of people think I've beaten the game at this point. That is incorrect. Now what you need to do is bring him over here, right? You may notice that there's two buttons. One has a picture of a dog on it. Whoa, this is a dog. And the other one has a picture of a deer on it, and we are deer. So, magic portal opens. Travel through time? Absolutely, I'd love to travel through time. We get sucked into a wormhole, blah, 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 blah. Magic, 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 magic. And all of a sudden, we're in the future. Another thing that I will point out, there is a DLC. I'll talk about it later, but it does exist, and it does cost extra. I'm not gonna use it, but good thing to know. Anyway, same thing again. Destroy. Now, for this map, again, for every single map, or basically everywhere, there's a couple of cheat codes. Right, for this one, I recommend going over here, getting the jetpack, flying up to really any building, and mostly all buildings. Let's see, is there any up here? No, there's not. And getting the giant guns. No, the giant guns don't deal any more damage than a regular gun. All I think is that the buildings in here are far harder to destroy than the buildings in the other city, considering they're futuristic, so they're stronger, built better, blah blah blah. And so I'd recommend getting these things first and then destroying the buildings. You're not going to have much chance at destroying other things without these. So, again, highly recommended. Not required, but if you're speedrunning like I am right now, I recommend getting them, that's for sure. And we have there's very cool guns. There's so many guns in the future that I do not have like even a quarter of them. And so, yeah. And whenever you have only these like really strong guns that only work like in ones and not in, constant fire, what I recommend doing is shooting and releasing every single time. Because you'll notice that thing that's strapped to my sides, that is a missile launcher, meaning I can just shoot missiles with it, and so I let go occasionally so that I can shoot missiles, and that helps a lot. Now, you'll notice whenever the police get here that, again, being the future, they have revolutionized. So, now that it is in the future, we now have crossbred men and sheep. And for some reason, they have electric powers. Makes total sense. I don't see anything wrong with it. Do you see anything wrong with it? No, I don't. Anyway, you're gonna constantly spawn more of these, blah, blah, blah. You can shoot multiple missiles at a time, as far as I know, but I think your limit is 6. And it may even be less than that. But that's what I know, right? I just got another achievement. I forgot what that one was, but I think it's counting sheep, and that is for killing over 100 sheep, or 100 or 500 or something. Once you should get this automatically. This is one of the ones that you're not going to need to do anything for. Now, in the original and in the special map, there are a couple of side quests you can do, which are very fun. They're not going to be pointed out to you. However, it will be good to know them, and I'm not going to teach you how to do them, but I will give you slight hints, because I think that might be a little bit funner. If you don't want to hear the hints, you can skip ahead, but I'm going to give you hints anyway. So, here's a hint for something. I'm not going to teach you how to beat this game, or I'm not going to show you it, but there's a game that you're going to want to do. This rhino, I'm not going to tell you what to do with it, but that is a side quest. This electricity, again, I'm not going to tell you what to do with it. It's a side quest. And there are many other things, but as of right now, what I'm going to do is just destroy buildings. Now, in this universe, for some reason, this is the only building that got weaker. And while it still may seem pretty strong because it's taking way longer than anything else. In the original island, that building is unbreakable. You cannot do a single speck of damage to it. It is impossible. Now, you'll notice with these guys, oh my gosh, they literally look like ninjas. They do cool tricks and stuff, I don't know, but they look super cool, that's all I know. And if they are too far away from you, which too far away is not within striking distance, then they're gonna transform. Unlike the original polar bears, which will attack you, will attack you from pretty far away, even if they know they can't hit you. Meaning that you have a much better chance at escaping and fighting at the same time with the originals than you do with the futuristics. Because these future guys, they're just, if you couldn't tell, they're just buffed versions of the originals, right? The electric sheep man, he's, just stronger than the sheep. He spawns in sheep. And then the other polar bear, he's just a stronger version of the original. And, yeah, you will see the other one soon. Let me just eliminate. Funny thing, even though these are so weak at this point, so weak that if I just walk over them, they die, they still count them as cops. That took me 6 minutes to defeat the cops. Wow, that is bad. How long was I recording so far? 16 minutes. Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm not gonna beat the record. Maybe this isn't my best time. I promise you my record is less than, 20. I promise that. I swear it was, 15. But today must not be a very good day for me. Anyway, kill people, kill people. Oh, another thing. Here's an achievement for ya. Oh, well, I guess by side quests, I don't mean side quests. I mean achievements. Sorry. That's an achievement, that's an achievement, that's an achievement over there. That's an achievement right there, that floating koala. And here, this is an achievement, not this specific man. However, you're gonna notice that you have multiple options with him. You can say hi. Hey, how's it going, man? While he runs away awkwardly. And then you can dance with them. Let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance on your grave. Let's dance. And then, lastly, you can deerify them. He will now follow you and destroy anything in his path if it's in his way. Now, this may not be easy for him because he deals a little more damage than you when you're standing upright and ram into things. So, therefore, he cannot go through anything in a short amount of time, but he can go through things. Here's something that's not an achievement, but it's really cool. He gets on the bike. No, he becomes the bike. Right, you can run around with this, and you can deal a ton of damage with this, as you can see. 100 damage to a single building. That is pretty insane. 100 damage, 100 damage, 100 damage. Now, this is a pretty fine way to, go through the game quickly, because A, you can move really fast in this thing, and B, ramming into stuff does so much damage. Dude, that's a crazy amount of damage. What is this? What is this, dude? This is crazy. This is madness. Anyway, third enemy we just found would be. Oh, where are they? Where are they? Well, I guess I'll defeat these guys in the meantime. But the third. Dude, oh, there. There you are. Is a hippo with a bunny in its mouth. I know. So normal. It's probably the most normal thing in this game. Because this polar bear combined with a car. Instead of having a car on top of him, he combined with it. Commentary. I need to stay commentary, otherwise this video gets boring very fast. So, right, Galon, honestly, there isn't much to say. You get the point. Honestly, I think I might skip ahead of this part just because there's no point in showing it. You've seen it just the same. It's just a little bit buffed. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna pause you guys so that you don't get bored. I defeated the cops. Anyway, again, you don't really do much of anything in the meantime. You just destroy stuff. Luckily, my disaster level is almost at A, which A is like final. You're moving on to the next world once you do this, right? So, once I get A, which I should get right after destroying this building, I believe. No, it's going to take a few buildings. No. Disaster level A. Now what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the police station. I should probably stop skipping these cutscenes, but just from speed running this game so many times, I'm so instinct to just... Anyway. Disaster levels, equipment, everything will be reset every time you go through a portal, or honestly, most of the time, do much of anything that you have to press Y on. If you have to press Y on it, expect it to make you lose all your stuff, right? Going in, bam, bam, bam. It's, again, time warp. However, this one is quite interesting in my opinion. Right, here's our mystical portal that seems pretty demonic, and it drops us in this white room. What could this white room be? And who is that? It's my dad. Oh, never mind, it's my future self. I thought that was my dad, because he left me a long time ago, that's for sure. Now, what I recommend doing for this, you can get the guns and shoot them, but most of the time, that's not going to help. What I recommend doing is getting this sword, katana, and just literally pushing him into a corner and spamming him, right? Bam! I got him halfway down, but wait, he summoned the Curse of the Deer. Now, I'm definitely going to die here. I was expecting this. Oh, maybe not. Dang, this is actually pretty good. I'm doing pretty good here for expecting to die. My plan here was to die and gain a few more hearts, because I'd recommend gaining hearts before you like start deciding that you're actually going to kill them, especially with those guns, because chances are they're going to murder you with those guns. Somehow I defeated that first try. I was not expecting that. That is kind of crazy to me. Right here, he bursts out of the water, he awakens, and he has Ultra Instinct. Oh wait, never mind, he's just bigger now. I'm angry. But I burst out of the water, and I'm cool, so I'm going to throw my horn at the thing, and as you can see, they now have horns, meaning they are now deerified. With them being deerified, they now are on my team, just the same as the man was. They are now deerified and will now fight with me. So now this is basically just rock, paper, scissors, right? You wait for him to attack and attack based on what he does. If he does a... Oh, come on. Dude, seriously? If he does a red or a strong attack, then you're going to want to do a weak attack, which is green. If he does a weak attack, you want to do blue, which is a barrier. If he does barrier, then you're going to want to do strong attack. I recommend doing it a few seconds late, because then you can deal extra damage to him, and it's pretty funny, dealing so much extra damage. Oh, dang it, I didn't hit that in time. Dang it, dude. hate when he hits that. And as you could expect, headbutting a very strong barrier will damage your head. That's why the weak attack is blocked by the barrier, and I misclicked, and I'm so annoyed. Not much to say here. Blah 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 blah. It's rock paper scissors. I win, and it's the same animation every time. This is a very emotional cutscene. Now, what I am going to do is gonna be a bad idea, but it doesn't matter. Holds the gun up, right? Do I fire or do I not? Now, what they want you to do is not fire. That will give you the true ending. And we're not going to show you the true ending, because it gets pretty crazy. I'm just going to shoot him. Bam. You can't hear it because it doesn't have any sound effects on right now, but it's gunshot noise. And this is pretty emotional for me. I don't know. It's just a really low quality game where they put way more effort into storyline and interesting concepts than they did into just actual graphics. So all of a sudden, that's all the future selves being killed. Now, if you were to don't fire, then you would break the chain. So you put them in, and you become the future self. And now, later, you will probably be murdered by your past self. And it's an infinite chain. However, there is one thing you can do to stop it if you don't fire. Again, not going to show you though, because you guys aren't going to get it. Here's the credits. Again, you can do it all on your own. So, right, for the credits, you can fast forward, or you can just skip them. So, I'm not going to show you anything else. I'm going to hint to all the achievements, right? And show you what they're about. So, if you defeat the true ending, you will get a dragon. I'm not sure if you get it. Yeah, no. If you do it the normal way, you aren't going to get a dragon. But if you defeat the true ending, you get a dragon. He's right here. He's pretty cool. You can fly around, breathe fire. Now, DLC. Would I recommend getting it? No, it is way too expensive. Well, it's not very expensive, but considering that the game already costs money, it is way too expensive to get it. But I got it anyway, because I don't really care. Anyway, over here, what you're going to do for one of the achievements, right? Again, not going to tell you exactly, but you want to bring the dragon over here. Not going to tell you what you're going to do with the dragon, but bring the dragon over here. Next thing, that cow, these cows, they're kind of special. They have superpowers. Not going to tell you what they are, but I will tell you that somehow, right? Not going to tell you how, but somehow you're going to need to bring them over here. Now you will notice that there is rhino sign, rhino, cow sign, put a cow there. And here's our deer sign where you will press down. Once you put your cow there, something will happen. Not telling you, but it's pretty cool. Now, again, for an achievement, you're going to want to do something to that sloth. Or koala. I am so stupid. Anyway, you're going to want to kill that one. For this specific one, you're going to want to kill him. That's what you do with that one. For this one, you're also going to want to kill him. Now, something anticipated or something unanticipated is that he cannot take any damage from the outside. So whenever you shoot at him, he will turn at you and start flying at you. If he gets close enough, he'll eat you and you die. However, if you shoot in his mouth, then you can actually damage him. The only way to damage him is by shooting in his mouth. Also, over here, I just love this. Doesn't give you an achievement or anything. It's just a little Easter egg side thing. Just deer going toaster. And all of a sudden, he pops out his toast. Now, there are a few other things you can do with this, right? Or with similar things, but you just here. So, if you see on the side, it says you'll revert when mounting a vehicle, right? If I get in the vehicle, or being blown back. So, I will get an example of being blown back in just a second. Right here, if I get hit by this car, it sends me flying, and I get reverted. And now, again with the cow. Now there's another cow over there that you saw. What these are, they are games. The other one, I'm not going to, well, neither of these, I'm going to, actually I might show you the other one, because I'm really fast at it, and it's pretty easy to learn. This is Cow Reverse Eye. Right, what you do is you play Reverse Eye. You can Google that. I didn't know what it was either. But the pieces move, so you have to get your memory in check so that you can remember what all of it looks like. So that's how that works. I'm going to go back over to the future really quickly to show you the other game. But I'm not going to make you wait for me, so cut. And all of a sudden I'm here. So this is the second puzzle, right? You see him, how to get to him. The spawn's over there, run over here, right? And now here's our game. My record for this is 0.5 seconds. Now, all this is just a Rubik's Cube. It's hilarious. And so, bam. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Bam, bam, bam. Right, you get a award for that if you see in the top right. And the thing is, how I did it in under a second is puzzles like these. As you can see, 1.5 seconds, where you only have to make one movement to finish it. And again, one movement to finish it. Doesn't take anything else. Now, this is not always going to happen, but that's something that can happen sometimes. And it's pretty funny and fun to complete because it's super easy. Other times it takes longer, but that's our game. Again, my record is less than a second. However, it did not save that because, again, I clicked delete data, which is, ruins it. And let's see, I think I've hinted towards all the achievements and told you about them. Let me double check. Oh, hey. Close. Acquire a total of 30. Oh, another thing is there's a few. I'm going to stand up to show you these. All the ones that are like here to just, they all are sorted into categories, right? We've got counting sheep, deer hunting, and one more, right? There's, the point is, they're all in just categories. So, for example, these two, these are games. This is absolutely random, doesn't have anything like it. That's the one with the dragon and the cows. These 4, I believe, are these 3 are the ones for killing stuff, right? Town musicians of Bremen, defeat Doggo, right? That's what that one is. Defeat the giant fish, defeat something, not gonna tell you. And then that is the special ending, doing the special ending. And then these 2, I forgot what those are, but these are just like categorized, teaching you what they're categorized on. I realize that this video is a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a second game, just because this is like the longest video I've ever made, and normally videos aren't going to be much longer, so I might need to make this a multiple part series. But I guess I'll just do that, and I'll see you next time. I'll probably see you tomorrow or the next day or whatever. And yeah, I'm not quite sure when I'm gonna upload the next one, but yeah, I'll start working on it and we'll see what happens. And anyway, as always, I'm gonna steal my favorite YouTuber's idea. So, have a bye 5.